In this video, we're going to be testing out rear link risers on the Red Cat Ascent to see, does it really help this truck crawl better? I follow the Red Cat Ascent group on Facebook, and over the last month or so, there's been just a lot of conversation about rear link risers and how you gotta have one because, oh my gosh, it makes such a big difference. DSM Off-Road also makes one, plus John Bowman, a part of that Red Cat community, actually offered multiple different variations of one that you could 3D print at home for free. So I'll provide a link down to where you can download that file. I think it was like $1.50 or something like that. But then you can actually just print one. In order to figure out if this really actually does anything, we're going to do a head-to-head comparison where I'm going to take the truck out and go over a couple obstacles that I think are going to put this to the test, come back in, put it on, and then go out there and test it again. Let's go get that baseline started. Baseline test is done, and that was really nice because we did find a couple things where the truck wanted to kind of lift up a front tire, didn't quite want to go up something. So we did find, where it was too much for it in its current state. And in theory, that's part of what this link riser does, is it helps those rear tires push the front end down and get it up and over things. So we're going to now be putting in the link riser. This is where this is going to mount in this rear link riser location. So we're going to take our 2mm over here on this side, along with our cross wrench over here to hold this nut. And once we move those links out of the way, you'll find that this link riser literally just sits right down there in the spot. We're going to need to use this same bolt to put back through it, and it looks like, honestly, looks like mine's not going to fit in there. Looks like some of the dimensions here are just slightly wrong. What I found was right here, I'm going to call it the nose portion. There's a chunk of that rear differential that just sits right here in this groove. I just removed a little bit of material right here in the very front of it, and now it appears that it's going to slide in just fine. Put this upper link in, I'm going to use the forward mounting hole. I did have to just go rummaging through the parts bin to find a screw that would work, along with a little small lock nut. Now you can see the difference from where this rear link is up here a little bit higher compared to where it was down here. That in theory is making these rear links split a little bit more, and supposedly is a big deal for geometry and making the truck crawl better. I'm gonna get the tires on and let's go test those same obstacles that we earlier ran across. I don't know if it did anything. Let's just cut to the chase. I don't know. I mean, did you see anything when you looked at that footage? Did you see that it did a lot better? I don't know that it did better. I mean, there's people out there that in theory, this is definitely the right thing. Definitely read a book and it says this is the right move and splitting those links should make it better. Maybe we didn't split it enough. Maybe it needs an even larger spread. Maybe there's such a thing as too much. I don't know. It's really interesting, isn't it? So I'm curious. Maybe it's also just the terrain that I'm going over. I looked at specifically trying to look at some like harder climbs to see what would happen. And still didn't see anything, but maybe, you know, if you're on some really big rocks, or maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something else there that guides it that I'm not aware of. So have you tested this? Does it work for you? Let me know down in the video comments. And if you're interested in trying this, then honestly, it's pretty awesome. If you have a 3D printer, you pay $1.50 to John Bowman on, I think it was on Colts 3D. You can just print the bad boy out yourself. If not, then DSM Off-Road makes one that looks very similar, and you can just buy it straight from them for pretty cheap. So I'll leave a link to both of those down in the video description so that you can get them easy. If you have any questions about what I did, leave them down in the comments. And anything else that I've done with the Red Cat Ascent will be popping up in a playlist over here to your right. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.